First off, we got Duskstar. Oh boy, do I have some things to say about Duskstar. So, first of all, Duskstar, she's our first leader, obviously. She's been our only leader so far. First, let's start off with the positive things, right? Because we can't always be negative about Duskstar. She is a pretty selfless leader. I mean, she sacrificed, 5 of her lives at this point to protect Webnose. She's a decent, leader. She's a good mother, I assume. We haven't really seen much of her parenting. A bunch of her kids did die, so that was not very fun. But, Duskstar has also proven that she's a real piece of work. A piece of work, indeed. So she cheated on Webnose. Her mate, her biggest supporter, the one she's sacrificed much for, with Salmonfish. Who is Salmonfish? You'll see later. But yeah. Duskstar took a long time to lead her clan to their new home after a drought. Was it a drought? I think it was sickness, actually. No, a prey got sick, and she led her clan away. That's really the only nice thing I can say. That's the only good decision she had, and that was encouraged by Webnose. By Webnose, the cat she refuses to admit she cheated on. Webnose has no clue, and she has to live thinking that Duskstar actually cares. Duskstar cares for nothing, it seems. Duskstar is a piece of crap. Okay, anyways. Moving on to Webnose, our queen. Webnose is amazing. She's glorious. Webnose is sweet. She's never really done anything wrong. She's just kind of trying to look out for her clan and her kits and her mate. She kind of is at odds with Salmonfish a bit. Like, Salmonfish and her, they're not enemies, but I certainly wouldn't call them friends. They kind of get along. They have a very cordial relationship, especially after Salmonfish started acting very strange. Webnose is quite confused as to why Salmonfish is odd around her, but we all know. We all know. So, yeah. More about Webnose. She has a large scar across her face because the first moon of FernClan existing, her face got mangled by, I think it was a fox. It was a fox or a badger, or maybe it was a rogue, I don't remember. And Shatteredshadow, the miracle worker of a medicine cat, fixed her face. But I don't think that that's very accurate. I'm pretty darn sure if your face gets mangled up, it's gonna have at least a scar. So, miracle worker Shatteredshadow aside. Yeah, it's pretty much the only really interesting thing to say about her. She's good, she's, she fights for what she believes in, but she's kind of generic as far as, actual personality goes. She's just good. That's it. That's it. And she got cheated on, and we are all very sad about it, and we should all support her very much, because she's amazing. Moving on to Shatteredshadow, our medicine cat. The murderous medicine cat, as we call him. Shatteredshadow actually has a lot of Shatteredshadow. Oh my god. Sorry, I keep saying his name wrong. Shatteredshadow. God. Well, Shatteredshadow is amazing. Shatteredshadow, he's kind of a pretty nervous guy. I mean, you could so much as, say something slightly off, and he will immediately assume you are plotting his very downfall and you are about to kill him. The first major thing Shatteredshadow did was kill a rogue that annoyed him by throwing them into the river. He then killed another rogue shortly after. Bit of mental instability. But he's doing fine right now. He met don't worry, he didn't kill this one, named Bean. He and Bean, almost immediately started, hanging out, being friends. Shatteredshadow felt like the only cat he could trust is Bean, and the only reason he gave Bean the time of day was because he killed his sister. Yeah, and they're mates. Does Bean know about this? Well, I'm not sure, but I'm assuming he does. Shatteredshadow doesn't seem like the type to hide things, even though he's very paranoid and ended up temporarily stepping down from the medicine cat position because of his paranoia, due to the fact that there were so many medicine cats joining in a quick period of time. But he's doing fine now. He's doing great in the new home. He's adjusting well. He and Bean are just kind of chilling. He is very terrified of Bean dying, though. If Bean dies, he might spiral. I don't know. Moving on, Salmonfish. Salmonfish hasn't done much, so I'm mostly probably going to talk about her design. So Salmonfish. She joins almost immediately. She ends up having an affair with Duskstar. At first, I thought she felt bad about this affair and would tell Webnose. But she was flirting with Duskstar. I kid you not. I gave this girl the benefit of the doubt, and she just yeeted it out the window. I thought she was feeling bad and didn't want this to reoccur. Nope, that's not what this is. Now, you can make the argument that maybe Duskstar's manipulating her. Duskstar's an asshole, but she's not manipulative. So let's just get that straight. Anyways, moving on to her design. So with Salmonfish's design, I was trying to go with like a fish. Like, I was thinking, how do I incorporate fish into her design? Her name is Salmonfish. If she doesn't have fishy elements, then what the frick am I gonna do? I also gave her a slightly folded ear just because I thought it looked cute, and because no one has folded ears. This is ClanGen in Minecraft. There are no folded ears. You have to take artistic liberties. I think her fish, her tail was supposed to resemble like a fish fin kind of thing. I don't think I did this very well at all. Also, her fins, it looks more like kelp. It could pass more as kelp than fish fins. The little random curls on her fur are kind of weird, but I like them. I've grown to love the weird curls, especially the one on her front paw. Very curly. She's extra curly. Maybe that's why Duskstar cheated on her perfect wife with her. Alright, Tinymoon. For some reason, y'all really wanted Tinymoon. Tinymoon has had no development. She is one of the 2 surviving kits of Duskstar and Webnose. You know, the 5 kits that were almost immediately killed. Tinymoon is deaf. That's really all we know about her. She's done nothing. That's it. So we're going to talk about her design a bit. I feel like it's just, required to add a moon to her design. Her name is Tinymoon. I also made her a little short because Tiny is in her name. She was a small cat, I'm assuming. I also decided to give her, moon-like shapes to her hair and a tail because I not only just thought it looked cute, but thought her name is Tinymoon. Come on, it's fitting, isn't it? And next, we got Seedlunge, our guardian spirit, almost as much of a miracle worker as Shatteredshadow. So, when Seedlunge was alive, she didn't do much. I didn't like her. In fact, I was like, haha, she died. But as a spirit, she saved 2 cats from dying. No, she saved a cat from a tree. And then, when Ash Ice and Duskstar got attacked by a group of, I think it was rogues. I genuinely don't remember. It was rogues or something like that. Seedlunge just used all of her powers, or his powers, I don't remember which Seedlunge was, and just said, "Not today, bitch," and saved them. Now we're talking about his design. He has done nothing, really. I swear. You guys need to stop picking characters that have done nothing. So, for designing him, I decided to design him as a StarClan cat because that's really the only time he did anything prominent. And when I design StarClan cats, I kind of don't do shading on them normally. I do, a lighter color as shading, so it's like a glow. I did that here, too, just, around the non-shaded areas. Also, I added this, white aura around him because, he's like a StarClan cat. And of course, I made his pelt transparent, requirement for StarClan cats. I also tried to make his hair look like a seed. Same thing for his tail. I had a different tail the first time, and then I decided it was bad, and I regret that. I regret that very much. He's also got green eyes because seeds, plants, green. Yeah, deciding these cats' eye colors is not that difficult. It's just kind of, okay, what does their name say their eye color should be? Kind of thing. Alright, finally, Appleblossom. Despite what you guys think, Appleblossom really doesn't have much development. Development-wise, she has as much as Shatteredshadow. She's a little murderous creature. She is a terrible mentor. She was an abusive mentor, in fact, constantly threatening her apprentice that if she didn't do good enough, she would kill her apprentice to her apprentice's face. Her apprentice? Who was her apprentice? It was someone. I don't remember. It was Starling Prance, actually. So Starling Prance has a lot of issues because of that. As much as we like to rag on freaking Starling Prance, actually another one of Duskstar's children that might explain why Starling Prance is so horrible. It's not her fault that her mentor was a terrible cat who is constantly trying to kill Shatteredshadow. Well, she's not trying to kill him. She's plotting it, though. She plotted it several times. Design-wise for Appleblossom, I decided to just give her the biggest fucking eyes possible. Like, unsettlingly big eyes. I draw my characters with big eyes all the time just because I think it's cute. And usually with villains, I give them smaller eyes, also because I genuinely don't know how else to draw eyes. But I always give villains smaller eyes, but I figured she should have big eyes. Unsettlingly big eyes. It looks no different than normal, but they're very close together and very close to, like, the edge of her face as well. The speed paint is broken, so I'm trying to kind of be like, hello, other elements of design. Hurry up. So I also decided to give her, if it will actually show up, yeah, a big smile like that. Look at her. If you saw this in the middle of the night, you would scream and you would run. And that is the correct reaction to seeing Appleblossom.